Well, tonight's game, as Gerald Mattinson said, told our other assistants that this is what our first 5 or 6 years was like here, where you have to defend, you grind things out, and somebody makes a play down the stretch, and then you really step up defensively. And I thought we did that tonight. We struggled early shooting the basketball, and it seemed like we could get no momentum going. In the second half, we changed what we wanted to do defensively. We got more aggressive with the on-ball screen. And then I thought Clara Tapia hit a big three down the stretch. And then Taylor Rusk, little left-handed baby hook with the shot clock winding down. I thought Taylor Rusk was amazing tonight. She played with the composure of an upperclassman being a freshman. Nothing seems to rattle her. She sprained her ankle yesterday in practice. We had it x-rayed. Everything came out good. So we're hoping the same thing for Rachelle Tucker, because she played really well, and the toughness she showed to come back in the game. I asked our trainer, Megan Jensen, if Rachelle was done. Megan makes all the decisions, whether somebody can step on the floor, not the player, not the coach. And Megan told me, yes, she can come back in. And I said, where's she at? And she pointed. She's walking up and down the sideline getting it loose. And so we asked Rachelle, and she showed some toughness, some courage, and played extremely well.
You know, is it I guess, a little scary to think what would have happened tonight if Taylor and Rachelle did come to play tonight?
Well, one of the interesting things that's happened is Taylor and Rachelle, how we grade players out, are playing the best of anybody on the team. And they have done that from the start. And so, as I always tell them, I just got to keep trying to find them a few more minutes. Now, when you look at it tonight, Taylor played 22 minutes, had extended time. Rachelle had 11 minutes with the injury, or probably she's up there about 18. So they have played very well throughout the year. They're playing with tremendous amount of confidence, and I have a tremendous amount of confidence in them.
I guess, disappointing the first half again. It doesn't seem like you guys can get any traction at home in the first half.
Yeah, one of the things I look at is that I thought we were pressing a bit tonight. When we take a look at things and see the shots that were taken, there was a number of air balls shot tonight. A number of times we shot it, completely over the basket, and I think we were trying to just force too much to happen. Then in the third quarter, I think defensively we got more aggressive. We got some easy baskets, and that kind of relaxed everybody. And so to come out and outscore them 18-9. And one of the other things we talked about at halftime was to keep them off the foul line. We sent them to the foul line 12 times in the first half. They scored 11 of 12. The second half they get 6 times, and one of them's in the last 4 seconds. So really, we did a better job of moving our feet defensively, not reaching as much, and that's part of a young group trying to learn.
Did you feel like Haley stepped up in that third? I mean, it's the second straight home game. I thought that she kind of made a difference and got you going in the third a little bit when she scored all 7.
And Haley, what a difference. The first half, I mean, she took a couple tough shots that she was open, but she wasn't ready. And that's one of the things we talked about. And then she came out in the second half, got to her strengths, made some plays, and I thought that was a big part of it. Plus, we started attacking the basket more. Early on, we were more than willing to play sideways with the basketball, and when we started attacking, we had to make some better decisions, and we started doing that and finding the open people.
You mentioned it, the shot clock's running down, it's 53-49, and Taylor the ball ends up in her hands, and yet she looked like she knew what she wanted to do. I guess just talk about a freshman making that play.
Yeah, one of the things we talk about is when that shot clock gets down, you just got to put the ball on the floor and make a basketball play. Mm-hmm. It's one of the things we talk about. There's a great deal of time I think coaching's overrated. It's about players, and Taylor knew what to do. We've talked about doing that, and she executed it. So I give Taylor all the credit in the world, because it was a big basket to separate by 6 with about a minute to go, and now we knew how we could play defensively. We started switching some things and played very well.
And I guess, Clara didn't have one of her better games, but yet she finds herself wide open with about a minute and a half to go and hits a big three, I think.
Yeah, Clara plays with a great deal of confidence, and sometimes maybe too much confidence, where she believes that she can just make a play. And I know she gets travel a couple of times, and I had an official tell me, he goes, and that's that Euro step that's travel. And I said, well, she's from Europe. Does that help us? And they laughed and I laughed. But you know what? Clara plays with confidence. But the other thing, Clara's in 20 minutes early before practice doing nothing but shooting. And so I'm happy to see when somebody's doing that it does pay off for them. But she does not lack for confidence. She got in a little foul trouble tonight, and I thought Rika stepped in and played really well while Clara was in foul trouble.
Looking ahead to Sunday, it's not quite as quick of a turnaround as last weekend, but still you got another game, and I know you talked about how the focus still has to be on yourself.
It really does. There's some things. I'll go home tonight and break down this film, and we'll get right back into the office in the morning, and we'll start looking at things and trying to figure out where we can improve upon. And as I said, we did things defensively tonight that I thought was really played well to what we wanted to accomplish. I thought against Michigan State, we executed what we wanted to do defensively. One of these nights, we're going to break out offensively with everybody, but that's why you're seeing 9 players play, because we never know who's going to step up, and I thought everybody did a little of that tonight.
Well, Rachelle, we'll start with you. I guess the ankle injury, did that scare you kind of more than anything with what happened right away?
Yeah, it was one of those like gross feelings that makes your breath get taken away, and yeah, it wasn't fun.
I guess what was the point where you knew you'd be able to maybe come back in the game?
Yeah, after the doctor and trainers took a look at me and they said it was nothing serious, and then I just did a few up-downs walking and I started to get the feeling back, so then that's when I knew I would be fine.
You had a big impact coming off the bench early. Was that tough to swallow when you rolled it on that layup?
Yeah, but I knew my team needed me to come back out there, and you have to fight adversity if you want to be great, so
and then you find yourself right after coming on the court with the ball on the open floor.
Yeah.
What did that feel like?
Oh my gosh, yeah. I don't think I was running my best at that time, but I got the fouls, so it worked out.
Taylor, talk about the bench as a whole. It looked like the team needed you guys to come off the bench and get this, get everything going tonight. Did you kind of feel like you guys needed to be a little bit of a spark?
Yeah, definitely. I think the last couple of games, the bench has brought energy, and especially scoring helps.
I guess you look really confident out there. Do you feel as confident as you look in the offense?
I mean, when I shoot, you just gotta focus and not worry about everything else. So yeah, I just kind of lock in.
Did you feel like you hit some timely threes to just kind of keep the team going in the first half?
Yeah, definitely. Like I said, like Rachelle said, the team needed us to score, and when we shot, we made them. So yeah.
I guess you talk about that layup or that drive at the end. You're up 53. You get the ball. You almost got to shoot. I guess is that a confident feeling for you, taking the ball to the basket like that?
Driving, yes. Shooting, not so much, especially at this level. But I mean, when the clock is running down, you got to do it. So yeah.
I guess Rachelle, talk about coming off the Michigan State game. There was hope there'd be a little bounce off that. Were you guys kind of disappointed in the way you guys played in the first half today?
Yeah, I'd say we started a little bit slower than we all wanted to, but a win's a win, and we came out on top by about, I think, 10, and we came through, so we just need to build upon this and keep getting better.
What was the halftime talk? I mean, you girls are down at halftime. What was Coach Legerski, the rest of the staff kind of saying? What was even the talk amongst you girls at half?
Yeah, the big key at half was stop fouling. We needed to stop sending them to the free throw line because they're getting too many easy shots there, and I think we enforced that second half.
And it was also, we talked about focus when we're shooting. Obviously our percentages were really low. I mean, our team is a really good shooting team, so we just need to focus.
Taylor, I was curious, kid from the Denver area. Is this a rival? Do you get up to play? I mean, was this a fun game for you to play?
Yeah, it was. I actually played with some of the against and with some of the girls on the team, so it's fun. Yeah.
Did they give you any hard time or anything?
No, I haven't talked to them yet. They're probably not going to want to talk to me. But yeah.
Right. Until next year now.
Yeah.
I guess talk about you guys have not a real quick turnaround, but Sunday. What do you guys take away from this game that you can maybe move into Sunday's game?
I think we definitely need to play full 4 quarters. I feel like we've been playing really well in the third quarter, but we got to pick up the first half just to finish through.
How about for you, Rachelle?
Yeah, the next few days of practice, we're just gonna need to lock down on our defense and quit fouling and just play smart.